I might stop buying them, but I'm going to still steal them. Does your dad work for the government or something? Do let me know.
Mona Lisa, everyone's lining up to see.
What you probably saw were the most pointless 2 minutes of your life. I just took some pens out of the packet and I dumped them here in front of you in the name of my stationery collection. Now, what further could I do? I could take one pen each by each and I could show you what brand it is, how it writes, what it does, what color it is, and then probably I could tell you what story lies behind it, how I bought it, what mood was I in when I bought it, because obviously I mostly know all about all my pens. Mostly they're not stolen, and the pens that are stolen are even more special because I remember exactly what went around when I stole them. Like this pen that I stole from my exam center, and my invigilator gave me two pens by mistake. And I was smart enough to, it was lying on my table, and I just sneaked it off and I put it into my pocket, and I was feeling all dhoom again. We're gonna. You get the vibe. And I just took that pen, and then we were coming out of the exam center, and that guy told me to hand over my pen. I'm like, the most cool person in the world. I hand him over that extra pen that I had, and I walk out with this black pen. I failed that exam, nothing happened, but I still have this pen. And similarly, I have a memory attached with most of my pens. And you can say that gives my collection a meaning, that gives my collection some kind of an emotional value, that gives my collection some kind of an importance for me. But then now I was looking at this collection before I did this video, which I thought would be a good idea. But I can't help but think how I've hoarded all these pens, which I am not going to do anything with. Even if I do not buy one single pen for the next 10 years, I do not need another pen. Like, I am good to go. I don't even study that much now. My academics are like, I'm imagining fire in my hand right now, if you're wondering, and my academics are doing really bad. And I might not need as many pens given the scale at which I'm failing all my exams, and I'm doing so fantastically in my life. But that's for another video, probably, if I have the courage to talk about it. Not right now. Right now, I want to talk about our habit of hoarding things in the name of emotions, in the name of need, in the name of want, and in the name of. Don't please think that I'm here to tell you what to do with your life. If you have money, throw it. If you have some kind of money, that thing that you want to buy, and you have the money for it and you have saved for it, buy it. Do whatever makes you happy. But then, why do we want to spend money on things thinking that they will make us happy? Like when I was in 12th standard, I did not had a phone. I did not have a phone. I did not have a phone. And I hadn't had a phone my entire life. Like everybody in 10th standard owned a phone. I used to take out my mom's BlackBerry and used to flaunt it like, oh, I have this phone, I'm so cool, oh my god. But no, that wasn't my phone. And in 12th standard, I begged my dad. I used to lie down on the floor every day, with hands stretched out, please papa, buy me an iPhone, buy me an iPhone. And then he bought me the latest iPhone that was there in the market at that point. And it made me really happy for 10 seconds. And then I was figuring out how to use it, and then I was figuring out how to flaunt it, and then I was figuring out how to not get it stolen in the metro, and then I was figuring out, if I put it so deep inside my bag, then how am I going to use it? So I was figuring out how not to get it stolen but then still be able to use it when my dad calls, and while I'm calling it, I'm figuring out how not to get it stolen. And while I am on the way to rickshaw, I'm figuring out if I have it in my pocket, and it was a huge headache, but then I was happy. In some corner of my heart, beneath all that tension and figuring out, I was probably happy. But then that actual happiness didn't even last 7 seconds, because the moment it was in my hand, I was feeling guilty about having spent so much of my father's hard earned money. And I was looking at that phone and I was thinking, बस ये ये है। इसके लिए मैं पिछले 4 साल से रो रही हूँ। I've been crying since 4 years. Buy me one, buy me one, buy me one. Da 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 da. If I had a kid like me, I'd probably. I don't want a kid like me. Let's just say that. But then it did not make me happy. So, what are all these things supposed to do that are apparently supposed to make us happy? I mean, think about it. Just think about it. One day, my dad has been my greatest inspiration. Whatever I know in life has been directly or indirectly been taught by my dad, and I love him. That's for another day. So I was sitting in my with my dad, and we were having a casual conversation, and I tell him, Papa, and I have this my iPhone in my hands, and I'm like, Papa, I ordered this T-shirt, and he's like, Why did you need it? And I was like, What the fuck? What? And he's like, Did you need it? And I was like, No, but it was on sale. And he's like, But did you need it? And I'm there sitting thinking, what is wrong with this man? Like, I bought this t-shirt, it cost $1,000. I bought it for 200 or whatever bucks, and I saved all of his money. And he's here asking me if I needed it. Of course, everybody needs a t-shirt at some point in life. I might want to take this t-shirt off and wear that t-shirt. I'm a college student. I want to flaunt how cool I am. I want to flaunt how many clothes I have. And in that process, I might need another t-shirt. What kind of a question is that? And I'm sitting there like, generation gap and all. And I'm like looking at him and I'm like, what? And then he goes and he says that if you didn't need it, then you've like literally wasted 200 rupees. I don't know what its MRP was, and I don't know what it was selling at, but you've literally wasted 200 rupees, and I don't care anymore. And I was like, what? What? Literally, I could not understand what that man meant at that point. I mean, did he not understand me? Were we not compatible? Like, do I have to go find my own something, some guy who understands me? What is going in this household? I don't understand. I just saved you whatever 800 bucks and you're not happy about it. And I was too sure about the fantastic deal that I had just scored to, argue with an old man about it. Like, just leave it. But then at that point, he had a huge major point that I went on to understand at a later point in my life when I started buying things just because I wanted to look pretty. And I thought that pretty clothes will make my ugly face look pretty. I used to buy clothes, I used to look for the cheapest deals because I don't want to spend a lot of money and I have a very limited amount of pocket money. And I went out, I used to buy the cheapest clothes from the cheapest corners of the cheapest markets, and all these websites I used to scan, like we watch Instagram, we scroll Instagram, I used to scroll through websites. I used to put stuff in my cart and I used to wait for it to get cheaper and cheaper, and when I thought it couldn't get cheaper than this, I used to order it. I used to order 6 items of clothing in one go, and I used to wear them, and after I've worn every one of them, they're old. They're old. Like, I can wear them, but they're not new anymore. I can't pretend to be cool in them anymore. And everybody said, oh, you're so pretty, you're so pretty, like people say. And I've got my dose of validation, but then I can't wear it again and expect people to, say, oh, you look so pretty, so pretty. Like, who have I paid to do that? I can't pay anybody to do that for me. It does not work like that in the real world. I'm sorry, but it does not. And so after I had this load of clothes, I had so many clothes, and I could change clothes every day for the summer season, and I wouldn't have to repeat an outfit. I had so many clothes. But then I still repeated outfits. I still wore clothes that I was the most comfortable in. And I still preferred looking ugly over putting an effort to look pretty. And I sometimes wore those clothes when I wanted to, but then generally I stuck to my stack of 6 t-shirts and one jean that I used to wear those 6 t-shirts with throughout the week, because who got the time to get ready for an 8 a.m. lecture when you wake up at 7:55? Nobody. I'm going hungry. Do you think I'm going to spend time to look pretty? not happening. So, what my point through this whole story is that we don't need all this that we have. And I am sure I am talking about everybody who's watching this video, and I'm so thankful for everybody who is watching this video. Each one of you, I am so grateful for you. Thank you for clicking on this video. But still, think about it. Don't do anything about it. I promise, don't do anything about it. Just think about it. I mean, sometimes I'm wondering, I need a new foundation and I don't even put on makeup. I have had this Maybelline Fit Me foundation for over a year now, and I haven't even used half of the bottle because I don't know how to put on makeup. And every time I put on makeup, I either look too powdery or to this or to that, and I just put it on and I look, no, this is ugly, and I'll just clean it and put some dark lipstick on to hide the fact that I have scars on my face, and I'll just go to wherever I'm going. Nykaa had this some sort of a sale right now, just a few days back, and I went through the entire website. What could I buy? What could I buy? कुछ तो होगा जो मुझे चाहिए होगा. मतलब इतनी बड़ी सेल लगी है. मैं ये how can I let this sale go? There has to be something. But then I had to resort to some lipsticks, like a couple, because I had to spend money and I didn't need anything. And that is the mentality that I'm talking about. The mentality where you have to spend money. And I didn't have to spend money. Like, I thought I needed those lipsticks, लेकिन अभी मैं कहीं बाहर तो जा नहीं रही हूँ. So it's visible how much I care about a lipstick. Like, look at me. But then everybody is buying makeup and I don't have any makeup, and that what makes me feel left out. I want to fit in. What is it? I don't understand. I don't understand it myself. Like, why do we do it? I'm just thinking out aloud here. And so I would have bought another foundation. It might have matched my shade, might not have. I would have had two foundations that I would have wasted. But still, it would have made me happy in some sense of the word, which I do not understand how. And this habit of hoarding, this habit of shopping for no reason, this habit of shopping to make us feel better. Swipe that credit card, honey. बट बिल कौन भरेगा? मतलब बाद में जब बिल आता है तो ऐसे, ओ बिल की डेट आ रही है, बिल की डेट आ रही है, ओ गॉड ओ गॉड ओ गॉड. एंड दैट्स फॉर पीपल हु हैव टू पे देयर बिल देमसेल्व्स. लेट्स नॉट टॉक अबाउट पीपल लाइक अस जो पापा के पैरों में गिरते हैं, प्लीज पापा प्लीज पापा प्लीज पापा प्लीज पापा. एंड आवर डैड्स आर लाइक, and then we call it generation gap. So this pen has no refill, but my friend Tushar said that he just saw it in my pencil case. We used to do masters together, and he's like, gift it to me. I said, it has no refill. I'll put refill in it and I'll give it to you. So on the day of our first semester exam, like the first one, I go ahead and I give it to him. Like, you know, it hurts my heart, but I still give it to him. Like, you know, here you go, I promised it. And he'd asked me like 10 times to give it to him, and only then was I, you know, taking it out of my ass and giving it to him. And I'm like, here you go. And he takes it like, oh, what took you so long? And then the day of the next exam, he's like, refill it. I used it away. A part of my heart was happy that my pen has been used, and he, you know, he wrote that paper with my pen. And then another part is like, you used it? You used an entire pilot? Like, I would have taken 1 year to finish it. You used it? I don't know who forces us. I don't know who motivates us. I don't know who convinces us. But we are convinced. And we are doing this. And we are buying things that we don't need. We are buying things just to try them. We are buying things just to see how it looks on us. We are buying things to one day probably fit in them. We are buying things to maybe it will look good on me someday. We are buying things because Kylie Jenner is wearing them. We are buying things because Deepika looked good in them. And we are buying things because we have money. And I think that is such a gross wastage of our money. All this money we could save, we could do whatever with, but we're so happy spending it. We're just so happy spending it. I mean, they always say save some for the rainy day, save some money for the rainy day. And the coronavirus was a torrential downpour. Like the period of lockdown, people have lost, again, they've lost their livelihoods and jobs, and Probably most of the families that are sustaining themselves, people who are still not hurt by the loss of their jobs, who still have time to find a new job, are doing it because they saved some money for the rainy day. And our generation does not have that mentality. We're more of YOLO people, you know. We live once, but then we don't have to spend our lives broke. Stole it from my dad. I was watching Hassan Minhaj's Patriot Act today about fast fashion, and therein there was this clip where he said that H&M has 52 seasons a year, and Hassan goes like, "Bro, there are no 52 seasons. There are 52 weeks in a year." And it just hit me like H&M is bringing in new clothes every week. Every week is a new season. Every week there's a new collection, and every week there must be new promotions. So then every week there are clothes that we want to buy, that we have to want to buy so that the brands can run. And that episode of the Patriot Act went on discussing about where those clothes end up, what happens with these clothes, how the production time has been reduced, and stuff like that. And it was really informative. And that got me thinking that all this that we've accumulated over the years, what are we going to do with it? How are we going to use it? How are we going to, you know, just donating it or just getting it out of our wardrobes is not the answer, because it's going out of our homes, but it's going somewhere. It's landing up somewhere. It's landing up in landfills. I don't know why I am here, that I've made clear in my first video. I have no idea what I'm doing here, and I'm sorry if this platform does not work that way. But here's another story. This pencil was gifted to me by my brother, and I hardly ever use it, but whenever I use it, I can't not think about it. This pencil was given to me by my brother. We met after a very long time, and I have this habit of, you know, picking up stationery or pens that I like, and everybody is just so tired of me. Everybody, anywhere there's this any pen lying that looks good, 5 rupees ka, 2 rupees ka, I'll just pick it up and I'll walk away with it like it belongs to me. And if I come to your house and your pens go missing, it's me. I stole them. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Even after all this rant, I don't think I might stop buying them, but I'm not. I'm going to still steal them. Sorry. So he gave me. I was looking at this pencil, and I don't know. Maybe he just saw it in my face that I'm going to steal it, and he goes like, "Keep it," and I kept it. This I stole from my dad's office. Like, पापा को चोरी करना तो is like my जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार, no. So this though I stole from his office. This I was gifted on my birthday. I really love this pen. I was gifted by Alicia and Shivani. They were in my class during my masters, and it's a wonderful pen. This and this. These are two pens that they gifted me, and I think these are both wonderful pens. I still haven't used them completely. I use them for like one page because I love them so much, and then because I love them so much, I stop using them completely. This my sister bought me. I mean, she said that if I use this pen, I might never use anything again. But then again, this pen is so good, I still haven't finished it. Like, it's a really good pen. She said write your exam with it, but I just had one of these. So if I ran out, I might never have bought another again because I'm trying not to buy pens. This was another pen that we were sitting in this class. I don't know what class it was. But I saw this pen in Shivani's hand. She was sitting right next to me, and I was looking at it, and I just said, "Can I use it?" She said, "Abhi rakh le bro, rakh le tu." And it said Himachal Pradesh government 2017-2018, and I think I probably didn't ever ask her, does your dad work for the government or something? Do let me know. I still have this pen, like it's finished and everything, but I just have kept it for the sake of memory sake. Just think about it. I hope you come back for the next video.